North Carolina right now. There's a New York Times Siena College poll that just came out. Hillary Clinton, 46%. Donald Trump, 39%. Gary Johnson, 8%. That's a significant. Is that a good poll? You're familiar with.
Well,
polls.
that particular margin is the largest we've seen in anybody's polling. There are other.
He loses North Carolina. It's over, right?
Well, it's the only one of the 9 swing states that Mitt Romney actually did win. And it's barely. A place where and barely. He lost 8 of the 9. And and he had all the Republicans supporting him, including Donald Trump, by the by. But in North Carolina, Hillary Clinton and her team seem quite focused on North Carolina as well. So we know that they're going to leave it all in the field there. But that 7 points is the largest gap we've ever seen externally or internally.
You do internal polls, too?
Yes, we do.
What do your polls show?
Tighter than that.
In North Carolina?
Yes, and we show Hillary Clinton under 50 and usually well under 50 in all the swing states.
In your poll, is he ahead or behind? In North Carolina,
it's closer to tied in North Carolina.
And what about Florida?
And Florida is closer to tied. In Florida and North Carolina, and about 4 of the other 6 states, Wolf, we're within the margin of error of Hillary Clinton. I think Donald Trump's going to win the election. He's also ahead in places like Ohio and Iowa internally. These are states that Mitt Romney and John McCain both lost to President Obama. Hillary Clinton is nowhere near President Obama's 52, 53, 55% margins in some of these states.
So you're convinced he's going to win still?
Yes, I'm convinced he's going to win.
2 weeks to go. But if he doesn't win Florida, if he doesn't win North Carolina, it's over, right?
The path is much harder.
It's not just much harder, it's over.
We don't like to say things are over. We'll leave that narrative to people who are already critical of him and want the race to be over and want to keep.
But he desperately needs. He himself acknowledges Florida's a must-win state.
The race will be over on November 8th, or when the election results are certified and verified, not 2 weeks beforehand, when most Americans still have not exercised their franchise. It is not up to me, you, Donald Trump, or Hillary Clinton to rob people of their voice and their choice.
We never want to rob anybody's voice.
Well, telling people it's over and telling people
nobody has said it's over. We're just reporting on the poll results right now. And this new CNN poll shows, and speaking about when it's over, look at this. If Trump loses, we ask the American people, will he accept results and concede? Yes, 35%. No, 61%. 61% don't think he's going to concede. That's a problem, right?
Well, it's an opinion poll. They're just telling you, they're guessing based on something they don't know.
So many Americans don't think he would concede if it's over and he loses. Let me ask you the question. If it's over and he loses and no major recounts or anything like that, he will concede, right?
He has said it depends on what the results are. He cannot make that judgment now any more than Hillary Clinton.
But if there's no recount, no challenges, no significant discrepancies, he will concede.
It depends. It depends
on what?
Well, you said no significant discrepancies. Is there evidence of widespread voter fraud somewhere, or?
But I've just said if there isn't widespread voter fraud.
That's a very tough hypothetical for me to answer, because it'd be like asking Al Gore in the chair 16 years ago at this moment, hey, if George W. Bush is certified if he's winning Florida and all the other votes are counted, will you? He'd say sure. But he did concede, then he retracted his concession, then we went all the way to the United States Supreme Court. Why? Because you can't possibly anticipate every single hypothetical. You have to wait to see the results. But Donald Trump loves American democracies and adheres to the principles of American democracy. It's why he's out there running. And look, the reason I think something I think nobody's covering here is if you look at his crowds, and I know right now the journalists are running stories like Kelly still thinks the crowds matter. The crowds matter. Come to our rallies. The idea that people stand out there in line for 4 to 8 hours just to be there as one of 10, 15,000, they're all voting.
Bernie Sanders had huge rallies too, much bigger,
22 states,
much bigger numbers than Hillary Clinton had. But he didn't win the nomination. He didn't win the nomination though.
But
he had bigger rallies.
Really close. He won like 8 of 9 contests there for a while. He won 22 states.
He did remarkably well. And he had huge numbers at his rallies.
And it's analogous, believe me.
He's taking some time off tomorrow to come here to Washington, D.C. for the formal opening of his brand new hotel, because a lot of pundits out there, you know this, Kellyanne, they're saying, why is he doing this? Why is he promoting his business with only, tomorrow, 13 days
well, they
left
actually
to
don't support him to begin with. They're his critics, naysayers, and they do everything they can to get in his way between him and the voters. It's not working. But I will say this. When you go and look at that,
is it better for him to be opening up his hotel tomorrow instead of letting his kids open up the hotel rather than being in Florida or North Carolina?
Well, he's done 12 stops in Florida in 2.5 days. Nobody accuses Donald Trump of taking time off. Believe me, the guy, we don't even know when he sleeps or if he does. The guy is indefatigable. And he is, nobody asks Hillary Clinton, why do you have 5 days off before the debate? But he's coming to open a hotel that's under budget and ahead of schedule. It's a great illustration to America of what he does.
But he opened the hotel about a month or
things.
month and a half ago
This is the official
or so.
grand opening.
That was the soft opening, but the hotel's been open now for at least a month or 6 weeks.
This is the grand official opening, and it's been scheduled this way for a long time. And we're very excited to show America what this man actually does. He fixes things, he builds things, and it's a family business. I mean, as close as
the whole family is going to be there tomorrow at the opening?
They're expected to be, yes. And it's exactly the way he's built his business, is the way he wants to repair America. Look, you can't have politicians running the debt. We're at $19 trillion worth of debt. You need a businessman. You need somebody who fixes and solves things for a living, and we'll see an illustration of that tomorrow. Under budget, ahead of schedule. Who else in D.C. can claim that?